All right, this video is for my fellow desk jockeys out there. You spend extended periods of time seated, whether that's at work, in the car, watching your favorite Netflix series, and you're experiencing those problems that come with being seated, and that's, those weak glutes, tight hip flexors. So I'm gonna give you one simple exercise to do daily to combat these issues with being seated all day. Now, an important note I wanna give you here is if you do have these tight hips and you suspect it's from being seated all day and you're feeling pain in the hips, this could also be not tight hips from the shortening of the hip flexors, but you could be feeling this pain from your hips being weak, okay? And I'm gonna share with you a way you can test for this later in this video. But either way, this exercise is gonna be beneficial to strengthen the glutes and help with those tight hips. If you're watching this right now and you do have the opportunity to get out of your chair and do this with me, let's do this, okay? So hop on out because it's gonna feel really good. This is gonna be a simple glute bridge, but we're gonna make some adjustments to make it even better for your seating problems. You wanna lay down on the ground, feet are shoulder width apart, planted. You wanna make sure that there's a nice bend in the knees here. You don't wanna go too far extended out or too close, okay? Just a nice comfortable range. And what you're gonna do is keep the arms either on the chest or out to the side, and you're gonna really focus on bringing the hips up by squeezing the glutes. So really squeeze. You can even reach down and make sure that your butt's activated here. Make sure those glutes are firing off, okay? Just initiate and then boom, lift those hips up and you're pressing through, and we're gonna try to aim for this nice straight line from your knees down to your shoulders here. So we're not overextending here, because if you overextend, you might feel it in your low back, okay? Or even a little too much of a stretch here, okay? So just nice and straight, activating those glutes, and then you're gonna relax after a contraction of about 3 seconds, and then relax back down. Now, what we're gonna do to make this even better, because think about when you're sitting, right? We're in this position, we're curved over, shoulders are coming in, wrists are really tight. So we're gonna make a tweak to really work the shoulders here. You're gonna get into that glute bridge position, and you're gonna focus on activating the shoulders and squeezing the scapulas back and together, okay? So all we're gonna do is work on opening up the chest, strengthening the shoulders at the same time, so we get more bang for our buck here. So what you're gonna do is hands on your chest comfortably here, or out to the side, whatever's comfortable, and you're going to consciously squeeze those scapulas back and down together, and then you're gonna perform that glute bridge. And then relax down, relax the shoulders, and repeat. Boom, boom, okay? Now, that's for more beginners, all right? If you know that you can put weight on your wrist here, because I know some of us have weak wrists, and this next variation's not gonna be ideal, but if you can, this is gonna be like the apex here. This is gonna be what you wanna get to. And what makes this so powerful is we're gonna be developing shoulder stability and strength and really opening up that a lot of exercises just can't provide here, okay? You're gonna place the hands next to your hips, but you're gonna rotate them to the side so you can open up the shoulders, or even rotate it all the way back, whatever is most comfortable. And what you're gonna do is simply perform that glute bridge, pressing down into the ground with the heels, so that way you can push the hips up, and you're going to this nice reverse tabletop position. And you're really opening up these shoulders, you're building stability and strength while developing the strength in the glutes. Open up the hip flexors in this position, and then you're back down, okay? Now, you also might recognize that particular exercise as being one of the Tibetan rites. There's 5 Tibetan rites, and it's an incredible exercise there, and there's 4 others that are really good too. We'll do a video on that later on. So start doing that exercise daily. Now, remember what I was talking about earlier about some people feeling pain in their hips. You think it's, your hips are just tight and short, but they're actually just weak. And let me show you how this can happen, right? A lot of people think just because you're seated, right, you're in this anterior pelvic tilt position, right, and you're shortening the hip flexors, which if you're seated with good posture, you are gonna have that position, your hips are gonna be tight. But a lot of people actually will posteriorly tilt when they're seated, because we'll have not good posture, right? You like to kind of lean back and relax here. You're actually posteriorly tilting, and your hip flexors aren't actually as tight as what you think they are in that position, okay? Instead of here. So when you combine this, extended periods of time of being seated, and then not training and not strengthening these hip flexors, you could actually be experiencing this pain. You think it's tightness, but it's actually weakness. So what I want you to do is, if you're not really sure, we have an awesome test that you can do in home. We'll put a link down in the description, but also probably post a video here. You can click on it, go through that test, and you're gonna be able to tell if you indeed have tight hip flexors or if it's possibly this weak hip flexor. All right, so that's just one powerful exercise you can start doing. We have actually 4 others that we like to do in our morning routine. It's a 5-minute morning mobility routine. You can check that out as well in the description. Download that absolutely free. Now, if you want to go to the next level, you can go through our 15-minute follow along flexibility sessions where we incorporate different stretching methods and styles to rapidly increase your flexibility and alleviate those muscle tightnesses and those problem areas, the hips, the shoulders, and full body here. So make sure to check that out down below in the description. Also, subscribe to the channel if you want more videos like this, turn on those notifications, and leave a comment down below to join the discussion, and I'll see you in the next video.